people of the internet. I've had a strange couple of weeks. I've been both very busy and not busy at all. Why am I doing this right now when there are other things that I need to be doing? That's a good question. I don't have an answer. I thought this would be a better use of my time than doing the things that are due at the end of this week. The sweetest girl, Book Hooked, commented on one of my videos, and she's so sweet. Hi, if you're watching. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear the wind. Today I just wanted to do a January-February wrap-up because I wanted to do one for January and then I wanted to do one for February. So I'm just going to do both because I haven't read that many books this year, because this year has been not great. We're 3 months in and I feel like no time has even passed. And I haven't really achieved anything. But it's okay. It's okay. It's not. But let's move on. So I read 5 books in January and 5 books in February, which is actually more than I thought I did. I didn't think I read that many. So first of all, I read They Both Die at the End by Silvera, which I think is one of the TikTok books. I had TikTok for a few weeks. I deleted it because I was spending too much time on it, but that was a ride. Anyway, I read They Both Die at the End. What did I think of it? I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed reading it. It was very much YA, but I thought it made some good points, brought up some good ideas. Was it like as good as I think it's hyped up to be? Probably not. But I had a really good time reading it, so that's all that matters. Next I read Girls on Fire by Robin Wasserman, and this was one I picked up randomly at the library. It took me a long time to read because I wasn't really into it until like 3/4 of the way through. Oh, I should probably talk about what it's about. It's so hard to talk about what it's about. Basically, it's this girl who doesn't have any friends, and then she becomes best friends with the new girl in town, and a lot of stuff goes down. Interesting book. Read it if you want. Be prepared for some. Next, I read Girl Made of Stars by Ashley Herring Blake, and I got this from Paperback Dreams from Kat, one of her videos. She recommended it. I did really like it. I would really recommend it. It did make me cry. I thought it was very well written, bringing topics to young teens in a way that's very age appropriate, so I would recommend this. And I thought it was very good, but be prepared to cry. I read The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, which was from the same video, and this was amazing. It was like 5 out of 5. It was so good. The style that it was written in, combined with the story it told, was amazing, because it's written in a series of poems, which I was a bit apprehensive about, because I was like, oh, am I going to understand what's happening? Because I'm not great at like understanding what's happening. It's like, I can't read comic books because I don't know what's happening, but I really loved it. Next, also from that same video, I read Angel Fall by Susan E. And this was also really good. It was YA. They're all YA books. And I really enjoyed it, and I really want to read the rest of the series, but my library doesn't have the second one. They have the third one, but not the second one. So I have to figure out what to do about that. Set in post-apocalyptic future when angels have come down, but when angels have arrived on Earth, and it's very similar. I found, well, okay, it's not that similar, but I got the same feelings from it as Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, which is one of my favorite series. So it's kind of like that, but just like skewed a little bit younger, I think. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm really excited to read the rest of the series. That wraps up January, and now let's move on to February, where I also read 5 books. The Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare. Okay, I have things to say about this, because it's basically about Alec and Magnus's relationship, which, by the way, love them. However, it's how many times she feels the need to emphasize that Alec is a legal adult and over the age of 18 for me. I just want to talk about this because I first read the series when I was really young. I was in primary school. I was 11. or 10. So I was like really young. And so when they're like, oh, Alec is 18, I was like, oh my god, he's so old. He's an adult. So, you know, when I read that series, I was like, oh, it's like makes perfect sense. Like, it's a fine relationship. Now I'm older, and I just keep thinking about what I was like when I was 18. And I was like, yeah. Because I know Magnus is immortal and all stuff, but like, he's an adult. Like, let's take him to be an adult man. Alec is 18. Look at me. Look at me. I'm older than Alec is in the Red Scrolls of Magic. I'm older. Can you imagine me dating Magnus? I'm going to put a picture of Harry Shum Jr. here. Imagine this. Does that make you uncomfy? So what I do when I read it is I just think of them from the TV show, because I loved them in the TV show, because they age Alec up just a couple of years. I think he's like 22 or something. He's like 20s. And he's like just a little bit older, but it just makes a lot more sense. And it just makes their relationship and the progression of it so much better. Because I'm like, I'm sorry, when you're 18, I don't care if you're a legal adult. It doesn't fly with me. Yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Other than that, I did like the book, as I said before. I really love reading this series, and I always read all the ones in it. And I especially really like Magnus and Alec as characters, so I really enjoyed that. And also Tessa, I really love Tessa, so having a bit of Tessa in there was good as well. And I did read the second one first, so I kind of already spoiled it. But I really need to figure out how old Alec was in the second one when they adopted a child. Because I feel like he was only like... Anyway, next I read Notes of Crocodile by...
Chu Miaojin. Chu Miaojin.
Right, I googled it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Notes of a Crocodile by Xu Miaojin. I can't even speak English, let alone trying to pronounce things in other languages. This was a great time. It's really good. Like, obviously the author, she's like a very well-respected author in Taiwanese and Chinese literature. And I thought the writing obviously was great. It was really good. I really loved the little interludes of the story about the crocodiles and how it reflected what she was talking about in the main plot line. And I just thought it was very well written. It was really good. I would recommend. Also, it wasn't that long. I like reading short books at the moment because they make me feel accomplished when I finish them. And that leads us on to the next book perfectly. Convenience Store Women by Sayaka Muratara. Do Japanese people say their last name? I don't think they do. Oh. Okay, so when they write their names in English, they do it the Western way. Okay, so I feel bad. Okay, Japanese literature is just, it's so good. This is why I like reading translated literature. Anyway, it was also really short, so I felt very accomplished because I finished it really quickly. And it was, yeah, a really interesting book. I did have a few, I don't know about some of the parts of it, but overall, it was good. I don't really want to talk that much about that one because you can't really talk about it without spoiling it because it's so short. So, it was a book, I read it, it happened, it was a good time. The last book that I read in February was One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus, which I read in one day because I needed to return it to the library. So I need to finish it. And it was a really, really good time. Oh, this is why I like reading YA. Because I just read them fast and I have a good time. And you know, sometimes you don't have to read like literature or anything. Just like you read it, you have a good time. That's the point. It was really, really good. It's basically about 5 students end up in detention. One of them ends up dead. And the whole book is spent trying to figure out who did it. And I did predict the plot twist like very early on, which I keep doing in these like YA TikTok books. I did it with the other one as well. What was it called? I remember what it's called. I'll put it in. I did it with that one too. I did it with this one. but I still really enjoyed the book, and the relationship between the characters and how they grow and change was really good. I did check out the TV show, but it doesn't look good, and I don't want to watch it because I think they changed too much things. And like, I thought we were over this casting people who look like they're 25 as teenagers. Like, they don't look like they're in high school. I hate editing videos, so I tried not to make this long, and I feel like I did. My phone is also probably dead. It's probably stopped recording, so I'm just gonna go.